You can make changes to it in a couple different ways. Like we have this here, this is titled New Rule. And if we want to make changes to it, we can make them right here. So let's just change the size of this to something a little larger, something larger. Okay, you can change it there. And I'm going to undo that. Okay, and you can also double click that text here. You can go to Edit Rule, and you can change it in here. Okay, to make a highlight, or highlight some text, and let's just highlight this text here. What we want to do is create our rule. So we'll go over to selectors here. This is a little difficult to see because there's a lot of stuff bunched up in here, but there we go. Looks a little cleaner. All right, so you go to the selector here, there, and we want to highlight. So let's just call this text highlight, like that. And of course we need to add our period in the front. There we go. All right, and so we have our text selected. Let's go ahead and come down here to targeted rule, and we got text highlight. And sometimes this might take a couple seconds before it appears, but there it is. And of course we haven't added anything to it. Let's just check our style sheet to make sure it's there. There it is, text highlight. And back over here. All right, so this is selected. We will, you can actually, you can change things here, but we're going to go to Edit Rule and Background, Color. Let's make this something right in there. Go OK. And you can apply this. You can't see it because it's selected, but there it is there. And so let's just say we wanted to change that color of that. We can click on our text highlight here, and you can see now it populates right over here under Properties. If I were to select all of this text, like so, you can, there it is there, and I can go back into Edit here, or right over here, I can now change this color to something like that. Okay, so that's changed there, and we can add an image to the background, pretty much the same way. Create a new rule over here, and we'll call this one background. Just call it back image, and we want to connect it to, we're not connecting it to text, we're connecting it to the background, and that is the body. So we can select the body there, come down to our targeted rule, find the back image, just like that. And of course we need to add an image there, and the way we'll do that is to go Properties, start typing in there background, and we'll just go to Image, and Inherit is fine. And let's go ahead and get the image, and we'll do that over here in the Edit Rule. So background, back image, edit, and again, edit, background, browse. Let's find our images here, and we'll just take this image there, and let's go apply. That's pretty dark, so let's find a different image. And this image was in my images folder, but if you have an image that is somewhere else on your computer, you can browse to that as well. So I've got a bunch of images hiding here, and let's find something that's a little lighter. Let's see, what's this here? So it's our background, we'll take that for sure. Okay, and this is a really big image, so let's not use that. Let's go ahead and use it. Let's go ahead and use it. All right, it's a big image, but let's go ahead and use it so we can just see it. And so this says, hey, your file is outside of the main web folder that you created. Do you want to put it in there? Yes, I'm going to make a copy of it into that folder. All right, so there's a copy, and we're going to just change the name of this to Mandalorian. Leave it there, and we'll just put large. All right, so Mandalorian large, and we'll put that inside of our images folder. Oops, I think we want it to be in here. Images there, and Mandalorian large, save. All right, and then we'll go ahead and apply that. And there it is. It's hard to see because it's so big, but we'll go ahead and go OK. And now let's just let's save this and preview this. Save both of these and preview this in our browser. So let's see. Real-time preview. All right. So there it is, but ooh, it's big. So we want to. There's you can barely see. You can barely see some of the image over there. All right. So let's change the scale of that. All right. So back image, and you can click this again, but you can see right here, add property. We're going to go back, and this time background and then size. And instead of having something else in here, one of these, we're going to type in 100%, like so. Alrighty, do that, and then we will save. Just make sure these are all saved. You can see there's our code there, and we want to preview this again. And of course, it's already updated over here. Let me drag over. It's already updated, and there is the image right there. Now, one thing to remember is you want to size your images when possible to the specific size where it's going to be viewed. So if this is to be viewed on a tablet or phone, you can see that the image is going to repeat because it's either going to be stretched or it's going to scale based on the width. And so this is scaled based on the width for a regular, monitor. So that's why I can get that full size there. So don't think you messed up something if you get this when you resize your browser. That's just the way it's going to be, which is better than having it stretch. Thanks.